Hey everybody, Captain B-Nard back here with another Wi-Fi battle. Today we have the ninth and final week in the Battle Hub Draft League Season 6. Um, as you guys know from last week, we are all but eliminated from playoff contention here this season. So we are going to, in fact, despite that, I should say, go ahead and play our last game out. This one's going to be against Zeus. We've never played him before, but he is a very seasoned draft league participant, as I understand it. So we'll go ahead and get the battle on its way here. And so there we go. Got him. IGN is going to be against Miller. Is Miller okay? Let's see what he has in store for us. So he's got the Luxray. He's got the Cleaver. He's got the Empoleon. He's got the Sylveon. He's got the Hitmontop. And he's got the Palosand. Alright, so this is pretty much exactly the team that I was expecting to see. No real surprises here. I mean, I guess the only bit of a surprise is I thought there was a chance he could bring Skunk Tank, but that's not there. Other than that, pretty much the team I was expecting. So the only question is, can we do anything about it? I had a plan going into, I mean, I didn't have much of a plan coming in this week, but the only plan I had was to lead with the Berserker, so we're just going to go ahead and do that. I'll be completely honest with you guys, I did not spend a ton of time prepping or strategizing for this match, since it doesn't really mean a whole lot to us. We're basically out at this point. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and give that a shot, and hopefully we can at least make it a good one here in the last one of the season here. All right. So there he is, and he is going to lead with the Cleaver as anticipated, because people always lead with that thing for obvious reasons, as we lead with the Berserker. So we have a little bit of a choice to make right out of the gate here, because obviously I'm expecting this thing to want a Stone Axe. Obviously it won't do much damage to Berserker. Kind of the way I envisioned this turn one was that he goes Stone Axe, hits us, takes Rocky Helmet Chip, and then we take him out with an Iron Head. That's kind of what I envisioned this first turn to be. So we could Terra. I mean, I guess he could close combat and probably take us out, but I feel like we're just going to try and enact that play. He knows this is our Terra Captain, so he probably just doesn't go just straight for the close combat, and also I assume he wants to get his rocks up, so we're going to try and enact that plan and see where it gets us. So he does actually U-turn, interestingly. He does do a lot of damage to us, and he takes Rocky Helmet Chip, so that very well could be banded damage there, because that did so much damage, and he does not get the sharpness boost on U-turn, so I think that's probably banded damage, if I had to guess, which is not great, obviously. He's going to go ahead and come in with Palosand as we get a nice Iron Head on this thing, which is going to do a lot of damage in return to the Palosand, actually, which is nice. So the question now is, how do we want to handle this thing? So Palosand is not very fast, obviously. I feel like we outspeed Palosand, but having said that, he could certainly have speed creep. He could certainly speed creep us, and yeah, we do outspeed Palosand by quite a bit. Is this the moment we want to go Terra Fairy and then just try to take this thing out with a knockoff? I kind of want to just do that, honestly, because I don't really... I mean, I do have some switches to this thing, but there's not like a super safe switch into this thing, so I think that's what we're going to do, is we're just going to Terra Fairy knockoff here. Yeah, we're just going to do Terra Fairy knockoff, I think. That's probably the play, so just in case he speed creeps us. So yeah, we're going to bust out the Terra here. We don't have like a super safe switch to Palosand, so rather than switching, I'm going to do this in case he's speed creeping, or in case he lives the knockoff. So there we go, we do bust out the Terra Fairy, Berserker in play one last time, as we do actually outspeed him, and we just grabbed the KO with a knockoff. So I guess we didn't have to go Terra Fairy there, but I wasn't sure if he was potentially speed creeping us or not. So we do make quick work of the Palosand, which is nice, and we knock him down to 5. So that's pretty nice. The only downside to that is now that we've gone Terra Fairy, we're kind of a sitting duck for that Stone Axe from that cleaver. Although, quite honestly, if that thing is banded based on how much damage that U-turn did, I feel like there's a chance that Stone Axe could actually KO us from this range, even if we were a Steel type. So now he's going to go ahead and come in with Empoleon, which is fine. And I feel like he probably just goes for the Steel move here. I mean, he could obviously have coverage. He could have a whole bunch of different things on deck right now. So I don't want to stay in here that much, I know. What do I want to switch into here? It's either Gastrodon or Trevenant, because obviously it's a 50-50, because he could have Ice Beam for Trevenant, he could have Grass Knot for Gastrodon, so it's kind of a 50-50. I feel like I want to go into Gastrodon, honestly, but I feel like he's got to have Grass Knot. But I feel like that's the danger, is that most of these Pokemon probably are going to have something. I feel like, you know what, we'll just go into Trevenant. We'll go into Trevenant, because I feel like Trevenant is maybe more expendable than Gastrodon. Plus, even if he doesn't go Grass Knot now, he probably goes for it next turn. So we'll come in with Trevenant here, as he goes for an Agility, which is interesting. Well, that's not good. So he's going to go ahead and get a big speed increase. So that is an interesting one. So Agility. He could obviously have like a flying move on deck to hit us with, which could be pretty devastating. Now that he's already set up, we really can't do anything but just attack this thing with whatever we have in, which is Trevenant, obviously. So yeah, let's just fire off an Earthquake and see what happens here, as he does go for an Ice Beam. Can we tank one with Trevenant? Yes, we can, relatively well. We're going to go ahead and pop the Citrus Berry to get some nice HP back, so that puts us a little above half once again here, as we do go for the Earthquake. How much damage do we get on this thing? Does take him down into the red, which is great damage, so that's pretty nice. Now, he knows we can't survive. We probably can't take another Ice Beam, but he can't take another attack either. He couldn't. I think we're going to have to Sucker Punch here, even though he could anticipate the Sucker Punch. He is set up with Agility, so if he anticipates it and like further sets up or switches out, it is what it is. But I think Sucker Punch is the play here. So we'll see what he wants to do. Obviously, we could carry Sucker Punch. So okay, he stays in. We attack him, and we do catch him with the Sucker Punch, which takes the Empoleon out and knocks him down to 4 Pokemon. So that's pretty good, actually. So Trevenant doing some nice work there. Unfortunately, we do not get Harvest either turn, so we don't get our berry back, which kind of sucks, but not much we can do about that. So, but Trevenant takes care of the Empoleon, so that's actually pretty nice. That knocks him down to 4, so that is pretty good. We will see what he wants to do in response to that. So, what is he going to want to come in with here is the question. So he is going to come in with Hitmontop. So that thing is in, and then he is going to go ahead and no Intimidate, so that means he's Iron Fist. So that means he's probably packing Bullet Punch. Now the question here is, what does he go for? Does he go for a triple Axle, or does he go for a knockoff? I kind of want to keep it. This is going to be a difficult decision, because I kind of want to... like, if he goes triple Axle, I feel like he probably has triple Axle, and he probably goes for it. And especially now that we don't have a resistance, that we've Terra'd out of, we've gone Terra on our Berserker, that could certainly be a problem. So I kind of want to. I feel like our best bet might just be to go into Berserker, although at the same time, this is tough, because we'll lose Berserker, but we'll lose Trevenant. I guess let's just stay in. Let's try to hit this thing with the Poltergeist. Yeah, there's the triple Axle. Yeah, we don't take that. We don't take that for sure. So yeah, we lose Trevenant there, and we go down to 5. So we probably should have switched there, but you know, it is what it is. So Trevenant is down, which sucks. But the only good news about this, as we know he has triple Axle. The only good news about this is that we do get a free switch, and I feel like our best option here is definitely going to be Jolteon because his ground type is down, so we can very safely go for a Choice Specs attack with Jolteon here. So I feel like we'd probably just Volt Switch to try and keep the momentum up. He probably doesn't want to take a shot with this thing, so I think he switches. So I think we're going to fire a Volt Switch off here. He does actually stay in, interestingly enough. So we get the Volt Switch. It does do a ton of damage to that thing, which is great. And we get the pivot out. So what move is he going? He's probably going for the close combat or something, if I had to guess. Now the question is, do we bring in Berserker and let him chip himself with Rocky Helmet? I feel like that's probably the smartest move at this point, because we do have the resistance to the close combat, of course, with Berserker. So I think that's the play, is to come in with Berserker. So that's what we're going to do. So there it is. And so there's the Earthquake. Okay, so he goes Earthquake instead. Does do not a whole lot of damage, honestly, because we do have a lot of physical investment. So that's okay. This turn, how do we want to handle this thing? How do we want to handle this thing? I feel like we pretty safely just go for an Iron Head here. I think that's probably the play, is just to Iron Head this thing. Yeah, I think that's the play. That's what we're going to do. He does switch. Okay, so something's going to switch in on an Iron Head here, which is pretty nice. It is going to be the Sylveon. That is a super bold play on his side. He switches the Sylveon right in on Berserker, and we get to smash him with an Iron Head, which just one-shots that thing cleanly. So super risky play on his side. Did not pay off at all, and Sylveon gets one-shot by the Berserker, and he goes down to 3. So Berserker putting a lot of work in this game, which is great. And yeah, that was a super risky play by him. So, but we get rid of the Sylveon before it gets to do anything in this match, which is pretty incredible. Knocks him down to 3. Now he's going to come in with the Cleaver. So Cleaver's back in, and we definitely don't take another shot from this range with Berserker. The only question is it really worth keeping Berserker? And I don't know that it is. Although it is of note that he switched the Hitmontop out, so he probably doesn't have anything to do with us with Hitmontop, but I feel like here he probably just Stone Axes and probably takes us out. So the question is, do we want to... I don't think I really want anything else to switch in and take a big shot from this thing, so I think this might be Berserker's time. We have other ways of dealing with Hitmontop, so we don't really need to try and save Berserker. So I guess on the off chance he misses a Stone Axe, we're just going to click Iron Head here and see what happens. He does go for the Stone Axe, he does connect, and it does take us out. So so we lose Berserker there. He is going to take some Rocky Helmet chip, which is nice on the way out, but Berserker goes down. We go down to 4, and then we are going to get the rocks are going to get set up thanks to the Stone Axe. So not the greatest thing in the world, but yeah, nothing we can do about it. So I am really thinking that Cleaver is banded. I'm really thinking that Cleaver is banded. If it is, I think that going Gastrodon is definitely the play here. So I think either way we go Gastrodon here. I think that has to be the play, because I feel like based on how much damage that U-turn did to us originally, I feel like he has to be banded. So I don't know what the exact calcs are. Let's do a quick one. Yeah, it has to be banded, because there's no way that U-turn does that much damage without the band. So I think he's banded in the Stone Axe. So knowing that he's gonna switch, this is the opportunity for us to... What do we want to do? Do we want to fire off an Earth Power or get a Hazard up is the question. Because he's got Hitmontop, Luxray, Cleaver. I feel like the Luxray might come in here, so I think Earth Power is probably the play right now. So, yeah, let's Earth Power here. He goes for Stone Axe again, so he's definitely... That does so much damage. That's definitely banned. Knocks us down to 50%. We get an Earth Power, which just barely does not KO this thing, and we get a special defense drop, which is funny enough, but then we get some HP back with the leftovers. So yeah, that is 1,000,000% banded. He didn't want to switch anything else in on that Earth Power, obviously. So now I think we Hazard set Because knowing that this thing is banded, we know we have Pokemon that he can't outspeed, so I think we're just going to throw a Spike up now. He does actually switch now, interestingly enough. So what does he switch into here? He brings the Hitmontop in. Okay, so Hitmontop comes in. That's fine. We go for a nice layer of spikes here, which is also fine. So that means that he is going to go... He's probably going to be tempted to Rapid Spin now, if I had to guess, as we get some HP back with the leftovers, because that Cleaver cannot switch in on the Spike or it goes down. So I think now he Rapid Spins, which means that we probably just Earth Power again. I don't know if it takes him out or not from that range, but we don't have our Spin Blocker alive anymore, so all we can do is Earth Power, so that's what we're going to do. He probably Rapid Spin. I mean, he could try to take us out, which if he does, so be it, but I feel like he's going to probably want to try and get the Spike off the board instead. Either way, I think this is the right play, is trying to take him out with an Earth Power is the right play here, I think. But yeah, he's definitely thinking about it, because it is a pretty critical decision for him, because if he doesn't get the Spike off the board, the Cleaver goes down when it comes back in. So I guess he doesn't know if he... there's a close combat. Okay, so we can't take that. So we lose the Gastrodon, but that is fine in one way, because we lose the Gastrodon, we go down to 3. So the only good thing about that is that we got to keep our Spike up. And so now the question becomes, what do we do here? And I think our best answer is to go Jolteon. I think our best answer is to go Jolteon. So let's go Jolteon here, because we know his defenses are cut thanks to the close combat. So we do take the Stealth Rock damage. I feel like here he probably switches into Cleaver to sack it off. That's my feeling, is he probably switches into Cleaver to sack it off. So with that information, what do we want to... Because we're going to have to lock ourselves into something. I mean, we could make a super bold play and switch ourselves, but I do not at all want to take that chance. So I think that our best course of action here is to... What do we do? I think Alluring Voice is probably the best course of action. So we're going to lock into Alluring Voice. He does actually stay in, interestingly enough. We grab a nice Choice Specs Alluring Voice, which KOs that Hitmontop and knocks him down to 2. So that's pretty good. So Jolteon's putting some fine work in this one as well, which is nice. So Hitmontop's gone. He's down to 2. And he is now going to come in with the Luxray. So Luxray is in, and he is going to take some Spikes damage, which is nice. And so this is his Terra Captain, obviously. So his potential Terra types on this thing, if I'm not mistaken, are Normal, Grass, and Electric. So with that information, I think we're pretty comfortable just spamming Choice Specs Alluring Voice against this thing. So that's what we're going to do. And he doesn't Terra. We go for the Alluring Voice. Not enough to take him out, unfortunately. And he goes for an Agility to massively increase his speed. So that's something, but he's also going to get burned by the Flame Orb, interestingly enough. So he's going to be the Gut set. So interesting turn of events here. So now the question becomes, I think we don't have any speed investment on this Jolteon this week, so he definitely outspeeds us. But there's no reason to do anything else at this point other than just continue to spam that Specs Alluring Voice. So that's what we're going to do. He does outspeed us and go for a Facade. Can we live it is the question. No, not even with max HP investment, unfortunately. So Jolteon goes down. We go down to 2, which sucks, and he does take some burn damage. So it's all going to really come down to Mesprit, I think, unfortunately. So we're in a situation where Mesprit needs to live a Facade from this thing, and if he goes Terra Normal, I don't think we do. Yeah, I think we might be in serious trouble here. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, we don't really have much of a choice here, folks. The only hope we have of winning this is if we can we take the Stealth Rock damage to the Mesprit. The only hope we have is if we can live an attack from this thing with Mesprit. And if he's Terra Normal, I don't think there's any shot that we survive this. If he's not Terra Normal, there might be. But I'm thinking if he was Terra Normal, he may have already done it. So maybe he's not. So he probably maybe would have already done. I don't know. I mean, I guess we're just thinking about nothing here because we don't really have much of a choice except to just click Psyshock and hope we survive the attack. So hopefully he's not Terra Normal. That's all we can say. Hopefully he's not Terra Normal. Oh, he's Terra Normal. We lose. That's super unfortunate. Alright. That's really unfortunate. And he's Terra Normal. Yep, Terra Normal. So I don't think there's any way we take this even from full with Mesprit. So yeah, we're going to get dicked by this thing. He does outspeed us. I don't think there's any way we take this. Mesprit has decent defensive, decent bulk, or max HP, but there's no way we take that. So yeah, we got screwed by this thing, unfortunately. And yeah, all we got left is Hawlucha. Hawlucha can't outspeed this thing, unfortunately. So yeah, we got dicked by Terra Normal Luxray. Yeah, that's extremely disappointing. Nothing we can do. Yeah, we can't. We're definitely not. If Mesprit didn't live, Hawlucha's not going to live. Not going to outspeed, not going to live. Yeah, that's definitely it. Yeah, we're max HP, but it doesn't matter. So yeah, we lose again. Super disappointing. So we're going to lose that one 2-0 to Miller, Zeus, whatever you want to call him. Pretty solid match. I don't think there was really anything we could have done there at the end to change that end game because, unfortunately, we can't do enough damage to the Luxray no matter what. We just couldn't have done enough damage to the Luxray to take him out. So, yeah, that sucks. I was kind of hoping, I wasn't sure how Alluring Voice worked. I thought that perhaps Alluring Voice would confuse him because he boosted after it hit him, but I think that's obviously confirmation that he would have to boost first before Alluring Voice hits him. So yeah, that did not work out the way we wanted it to, unfortunately. So. Yeah, so we lose again. Not a shock, I guess. This season has been pretty shitty. Not gonna lie to you guys for a lot of reasons, which we'll go into in the next video. But anyway, so ends the tortured struggle of the Philadelphia Pidgeys here in the BHDL6, ending it with a 3-6 record. A couple of close games there at the end, but we just didn't have the firepower that we needed to make it happen, unfortunately. And that was kind of the reoccurring theme of this season for us, is we were close in a lot of games, but we just didn't have the extra little bit that we needed to close the match out. So yeah, it is what it is. Pretty solid match, but obviously just super disappointing that it didn't really matter in the end of the day, but yeah, it is what it is. So we are done here in the BHDL6, thankfully. As I said, this season has not been a very good one, to say the least, but I will reserve my full thoughts for that in the next video. I'm not sure if it'll be exactly the next video or not, but I will, of course, do the seasonal recap video, and I'll kind of give you guys my thoughts as to what went wrong for us here in this season. A lot of thoughts about that, actually. But yeah, that's going to be all for this one. So thanks for watching again, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and or subscribe if you did enjoy, and stay tuned for more new videos in the future. So that's it, and we will see you next time.